Hello and good morning. My name is Joe Quinn. I'm the president of Sefco Export Management Company. We're international freight forwarders. Here in Midtown Manhattan at the moment, and I'm making a very short video just to discuss some new topics for 2012. One of the topics that I will be addressing briefly here, and we will go into more detail on our website, is the export from the United States of agricultural implements, equipment, things such as John Deere farm equipment, other makes and models. One of the points that I'd like to make is that if you are overseas and if you're importing agricultural equipment to your country, what you need here, if you're buying it from the United States, is a competent freight forwarder. Now, there are hundreds of freight forwarders out there. There are hundreds of NVOCCs out there. There are hundreds of brokers out there, or people that just advertise on the internet that say that they can do international shipping. What you need to know, if you've not worked with us before, is that forwarder, is that company that's going to be in charge of delivering your equipment, your cargo overseas, are they competent? Do they have experience in that particular commodity? One thing that people find is that there are freight forwarders out there that might know how to do some very easy things, very basic things, like the shipping of an ocean container from port to port. An ocean container is not the same thing as moving a piece of equipment that might cost $1 million or thereabouts, farm equipment that may be coming from some point interior in the United States, and involves a lot of loose parts, spare parts, something that cannot be containerized. One thing that we do, and one thing that we have over many other companies, is that we are very experienced in the shipping of high and heavy equipment, of agricultural cargo, and other kinds of freight. Now, one of the things that I'm just going to highlight at the moment, and we'll be going into further detail on the website, what do you want? What do you need besides just somebody giving you a price saying, sure, we'll do it? You need to find out, you have to make sure, you have to be reasonably confident that the end result is what you're hoping for. Again, we're going back to the issue of experience. Sefco is highly experienced in the shipping of high and heavy equipment, cargo on wheels. One of the important parts of experience is also teamwork. Not only are we competent and trustworthy, but the people involved in the process at Sefco work as a team. There are many different loose parts to the machine of getting something delivered from a supplier to the ultimate destination, wherever you might be. It could be New Zealand, Australia, wherever you are. Somebody has to help coordinate between the supplier, the truckers, the ports, the carriers. There's a lot involved. Now, also, you have to know what's achievable. We know the different steamship lines. We know the rates that they charge. We're always double checking because things change from month to month. We're familiar with their sailing routes. We're familiar with their the transit time. Some steamship lines will take a long time to have cargo delivered, transshipped via different ports, whereas a different line might have a very quick transit time. Now, if you have a piece of agricultural machinery that has to make a particular deadline in order to make a growing season, and if it doesn't make that growing season, the cost of not having that piece of equipment at the destination can be much higher than the cost of shipping. Now, so there are many factors involved. The different ports, some ports are very easy to deal with, other ports are very difficult to deal with. There are some ports like LA that have environmental rules, clean truck fees, and so on and so forth, that might be very good for the environment, but it might mean that there are truckers that just say they're not going to go there because it's a problem, it's very difficult. Whereas maybe there are other ports, Baltimore, that are easier to deal with. But there are many nuances and aspects to this business of international shipping that if you don't work with people who are experienced, hands-on experience, like we have for over 25 years, okay, things can go wrong. So you want to avoid problems, you want to work with people who are experienced. That's why people pay to go to a good doctor or have a good lawyer. People who know what they're doing, who are competent, trustworthy, and who can work on your behalf. Besides the know-how and experience, we're also licensed to do the kind of work that we're doing. That's no small matter. You know, we've had to go through, it is the law, but we've had to go through a variety of hoops in order to be where we are today. Now, you might get a quote from some company that might be charging you a couple $100 less than us and say, great, save a couple $100. You got to be careful. You really got to be careful. In addition to being team players, competent and trustworthy, we let you know about the options, what options are available, and about the realities. You know, what can you actually achieve? Sometimes there might be a steamship line that might charge a price of, let's say, $90,000 to move a large piece of heavy equipment, agricultural equipment, to where you are. It could be somewhere in New Zealand. But then there could be another line that would do it for $30,000 less. Now, we'd be doing a pretty good job if we can save you $30,000. Now, this is one of the things that you should bear in mind when you're trying to figure out, well, can I work with Sefco? Yes, you can. And not only can we save you money, we might not be the cheapest, but is the cheapest really the best? You know, will they really do what you need to have done when you need it? That's where I'd like to just promote one of my colleagues who I've known for over 30 years. I've been in this line of work for about 25 years continuously, plus a few years before that in one of my family companies. But one of my colleagues, Peter DeStefano, who I know from Villanova University, and we worked together for many years, he does a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to large project cargo. Now, you need to have somebody who's not afraid to pick up the phone and to talk to the longshoremen and stevedores at a particular port in order to get things done. Some people have no idea where to begin. He's been doing this kind of work. He knows, you know. So you need to have people on your team that are willing to put in the time and effort to take care of a situation. For example, not too long ago, we had a piece of equipment that was leaving, and it was booked as a non-hazardous piece of cargo. However, rules and regulations change, and now certain items that might have a combustion engine in it are now being termed hazardous cargo. So in the midst of something being transported, now this particular cargo is known as hazardous. Now that's a whole other ball of wax. You need to furnish declarations and so on. Now, if you have a situation, you're either going to have people who know how to work with you and get it done, or you have a problem. Now, that's the difference between Sefco and whoever else is out there. We are very faithful to our clientele. We know what we're doing. We're competent at what we're doing. And when you need somebody to be overlooking your shipment, not only for a few moments to make a booking, but at the very end, you get it released on time. You have an express release. These are things that we do on behalf of our clients, because it's not just about making $50. Okay, electricity bills are expensive. You know, everyone has to make some money, all right? But the people who are going to be with you to follow through, okay, the whole duration of an international shipment, that's important. So with Sefco, you know, you can go back to our website, take some time. We're going to be adding some more information about you know, various nuances, things that you should be aware of. In particular, if you're overseas and if you're buying heavy equipment from the United States, we will be posting more information on our website. But what I'd like you to take home in looking at this video is contact us. We can work with you, we can look after your interests, and if we send you a quote for something, it's a fair quote based on a real steamship line, and you're going to get a good result. If you want to work with us, the good end result is all that matters, okay? And sometimes people have to put in an extra 5 hours, phone calls with truckers and suppliers and port agents and steamship lines. We're willing to do the work, okay? So contact us, come back to our website, send us an email. Our main email address is info at sefco-export.com. Our website address is www.sefco-export.com. Or you can call our main telephone number, which is in New York City, area code 718-268-6233. So we look forward to hearing from you. There will be some additional little videos that I personally will be making that will address a variety of topics. I'll try to keep it short because I know that people's time span is not that long, and I'm not the greatest speaker in the world. So if you can put up with my speaking, then come back, look at some of our future videos. So in the meantime, appreciate your time and attention, and I do hope that you'll decide to work with our company. So thanks a lot. You have a great day, and come back. We'll be here. Take care. Thank you.